BTS is the most famous Korean boy group in the world, but their talents are not confined only to singing. In the case of V, he tried acting in a Korean drama named Hwarang. In Hwarang, he acted as Han-sung, who is the youngest of the Hwarang members. Han-sung is sweet, cute, and pleasant, and his charming quality is ideal for V because his personality is comparable to V's. Although it was his first acting shoot, he did really well. Silla is the state that exists in the Korean peninsula from 37 BC to 935 AD. Hwarang is sort of a youth military in Silla, just like the Boy Scout these days. The drama Hwarang reflects the characteristic of the Hwarang and describe the atmosphere of contemporary society Silla well. So from now on, we'll learn Hwarang from the drama Hwarang and V. BC 57, Baekhyokgoseo consolidated tribe of the region of Gyeongsang-do and established Silla. According to legend, he was born from eggs. People consider birds to a medium that could connect land and sky at the time, so hatching from eggs means he is a suitable and God-given person to become king. The name Silla means a new world and a world of the east. The Korean peninsula was divided into 3 countries at the time, Goguryeo, Baekje, and Silla. Gaya did exist, but its influence was limited, and Gaya was more of a coalition of tribes than a state, so Gaya was absorbed into Silla. Silla was later centralized than neighboring countries such as Goguryeo and Baekje, so centralization and unification of politics military ideology are vital to lay the foundation of a powerful unification state. Hwarang is perfectly suited to achieving these objectives. Hwarang's origin is regarded as Wonhwa. Until now, we cannot tell what is Wona exactly. However, it is assumed that Wona was to choose talented people to manage the Sharin. Junjeong and Nammu were chosen by the king in AD 37, but they were jealous of each other's beauty, so Junjeong threw Nammu into the river and killed her. After this incident, king decided to choose gorgeous men that put on makeup and dolled themselves up and named them Hwarang. Many historians think that altering from Wonhwa to Hwarang symbolized that transition from a maternal society to a paternal society, and it is presumed that it is cultivating talented people necessary for appropriating military work by becoming a woman to a man. Hwarang was institutionalized during the reign of King Jinheung. Hwarang was seemingly Silla's youth education policy, but it is related to Silla's military, politics, social ethics, and religion. At the time, Silla's top priority was to hire talent and maintain social stability for the sake of the country's well-being in the midst of rapidly changing international politics. Hwarang is stubborn for this. Generally, childhood bonds have become lasting until adulthood. Silla's children and children from subordinate areas can join forces while being trained and educated together. They've also visited the famous mountain, studied Silla's traditional ideology and Buddhism, and learned how to balance their mind and body. It is really helpful for Silla to become the same community. Also, thanks to Hwarang, Silla was able to introduce Buddhism. At the time, Buddhism is really vital to unify people, so many states have designated Buddhism as the state religion. But Silla was introduced to Buddhism later than other countries because of the pushback of internal servants, but Hwarang made it. Hwarang consisted of Hwarang and Nangdo. The king or high priest chose a royal family or nobleman's children to be the Hwarang, and the Hwarang commanded tens of thousands of Nangdo. The Hwarang learned history, literature, tune, song, pipe, sword from their seniors or high priest. Especially the Hwarang have to get used to horseback riding and shooting arrows well. Therefore, the Hwarang should keep their body in shape and train their minds to grow up. As a result, the Hwarang practiced their own discipline based on the 5 secular precepts. The 5 secular precepts are an ideology that both the Hwarang and the Silla of the time believed should be followed. There are 5 ideologies in the 5 secular precepts: 사군이충, 사치니요, 교우이신, 살생유택, and 임전무택. 사군이충 is serving the king through loyalty. 사치니요 is by serving parents through filial duty. 교우이신 is by making friends by trusting. 살생유택 is by being sensible to kill a living thing. 임전무택 is by not backing from a fight. We can learn things from 임신서기석. the rock engraved with the two Hwarang boys touch on the 5 secular precepts. We vow this in front of the sky. From now on, after 3 years, we have kept our loyalty and swear that we will not flow. We swear that if we break this vow, we will be punished by the sky. We swear that if our state is not comfortable and messed up, we will keep our loyalty to our state and king. The Hwarang desperately devoted themselves to Silla and had a great influence when Silla had unified the 3 kingdoms in Kaya. For example, one of the Hwarang, Hwarang, a 16-year-old boy, tried to defeat Baekje during the Silla-Baekje War to boost Silla's morale, but was cut off by Gebek, Baekje's general, and returned. Gebek initially returned him to Silla because he was only a boy, but Hwarang continued to yell at Gebek to fight him and cut off his neck.
관창이라 했냐? 아야, 니 몇 살이야?
얼만큼 먹었다 와!
시방 누가 시켜서 이러는가?
니는 누가 시켜가 니 가족을 몰살시키는갑지? 에?
Gebek killed his own wife and children before the war because he knew Baekje would face defeat, and the life of a prisoner of a defeated country is more miserable than dying.
목을 쳐라.
As soon as Hwarang died and came back to Silla, Silla exterminated Baekje. They could win the war. The Hwarang desperately devoted themselves to Silla during the Unification War. Also, Kim Yushin, who led Silla's unification, is a Hwarang. But after the unification, factions formed among the Hwarang, so the true nature and value of the Hwarang began to disappear. As a result, the Hwarang became bureaucratized, which hampered Silla's upkeep. Finally, after Silla was perished, Hwarang gradually lost their real function and disappeared naturally. Thank you for watching this video, and please don't forget to click the like and subscribe button.